Well, hey folks, Lester here. And I know what you're thinking. Oh no, Lester, you made a mistake. You put a Longhorn Lester video on the I'm a Survivor channel, Lester. No, actually, I'm doing this on purpose, and I want to show you why. Because what I'm working on today is it's a Longhorn Lester project, but it has all of the cast and characters from I'm a Survivor. And I think that you guys will enjoy what's going to happen today and how I'm going to go about doing it. And besides, for those of you who do not follow both channels, you're probably having withdrawals. I know you don't want to admit it, Lester. But I know at some point you have to be wondering about how Tex and family are all doing. Bucky's and Voodoo and Ivy and all the, yeah, see? I know, Ivy. They act like they don't even care. They act like they don't even care. But you do, and you do. Yes, you do. Anyway, enjoy us today. We're going to go out to the barn and do an afternoon feed up, and I'm going to show you guys something that we're going to do an experiment here, and I want y'all to be a part of it. So come with me. Do not leave me alone on this. Let's have a little fun. By the way, we'll have Christmas joining us. We also have Stella, who'd like to join us, and, well, of course, we can't forget, Voodoo. Now, what you may not know about Longhorn Lesters is that we have an amazing routine in place here, and today we're going to show you guys a part of that routine. You're going to be much impressed. Let me drive out. Hold on, you guys. We're going to drive over to the barn, and I think you're going to like this. It's a little bit hard to hear, so give me a couple of minutes, all right? All right, so our routine goes a little bit like this. We've been putting the feed and feeding all the animals right here in the open stalls. You heard me correct when I said open stalls. The horses go on one side of the barn, the cows go on the other. By this point, everybody pretty much knows where they go. They sometimes will give me a hard time at the beginning, but it's not long before they'll all go to their respective stalls. And at that point, guys, the magic begins. So as everyone's going to their spots right now, sometimes the birds will gather around, but they don't stay long. Once Tex gets over here, everyone kind of runs to their places. I need to get one of these. Yep, you guys bear with me now. Bear with me. All right, so what we always do is put the horses in their spots first. Horses are they are the top of the pecking order here, and they know it. So we'll get our horses settled first. That includes the pony, Ivy. So give me 1 second. All right, my plan for today is to get this bovine rub put up here in the barn. And I'm going to put it in a place where all the animals are forced to use it. So let me get my trusty pocket knife out. Cut this thing open. It'll give me a couple of seconds here. It's hard working with one hand. I just slipped that darn thing open. That's what you get for using a Rambo knife. All right, now we're going to cover our bovine rub. We're going to submerge it in our fly. Oh boy, that's what I get for. There you go. I'm going to submerge that thing there in the permethrin, the fly treatment. Let it soak it all in like a sponge. In the meantime, I'm going to get me a couple of leads set up here where we're going to hang it from. All right, so now I got me one lead over on this side with the clip hook. Same thing over here on this side with the clip hook. What I have to do now is string my bovine rub from side to side. I'll need 2 hands for this. Now I want you to notice what I've done. I've hung the bovine rub up over the main entrance to the gate, to the barn. So now that I walk back, I'm going to walk around behind all the animals and close the stalls. There's only one way out. There's only one way out. And on a bovine rub, what it tells you guys, it's real clear in the directions. I want to show you here so you don't go freaking out on me. It says you have to put it in a forcible area. It's a forcible area. So you could put it in gates, along feeders, high traffic areas for forced use. Right there in the first line, it said it for forced use. So the only animal who's going to be able to go under it will be our little Charlene. Everyone else, as they're done eating, will have to walk in or come through the barn to come under the bovine rub. At that point, it'll go down their backbone and they'll be treated for the night. So I'm going around back behind the barn to close the last 2 gates. And so now we already have cows over here. Look at here. They're all getting themselves in a situation where as they're finished eating, they realize there's nowhere out. There's no way out, is there? They're gonna have to go under the bovine rub. They don't like it, but they will get used to it. There we go, there's one. Santana has now been officially treated with her bovine rub. Come on, little one. This over here is Jezebel. For you guys who are new to the page, this here is Jezebel. She has been brought in for her band camp services. I'm gonna go ahead and walk Jezebel out so you guys can see how it works. Go ahead, Jezebel, right down her backbone. Look at that, and look at all the flies scatter. Now, this over here is Marilyn. I'm gonna go ahead and walk her out. The bovine rub will go right down her backbone, which is right where you want it. There he goes, and all of that solution is going to treat them, and they will not be able to have any fly issues for the rest of the night. Now, all of our horses are still eating. They're normally the last ones to finish up, and that's fine. But as they finish, they'll look around and realize, all of our gates are closed. There's only one way out, and that one way out's gonna be right there. Tex, now you're welcome to come in. He's the only one who I don't force into an enclosed space. And now, it's unfortunate because he has the worst issue of all of our cows. He has the biggest fly issues, but he's also a bull, and you can't always force a bull to do things he doesn't want to do. All right, so this bovine rub will absorb that oil-based solution and hold on to it for a while, and so up to a week. And so as you walk by, you can see and feel the oil-based residue all over your fingertips. And so all of the animals that come underneath this thing, and it rubs down their backbone from the tip of their horns all the way down their spine, will be bug-free for the, for the duration until it begins to wear off. But your goal is to put this in a place where the animals are forced to use it at least once a day. And so this is a spot we've been feeding our animals. They come here every afternoon. And if I can continue to give them the dosage every night after they eat, they should spend, lots of bug-free nights. And this is the time of year when bugs are the worst. The pesky flying insects are just horrible. And it works on both cows and horses. And I think that you guys know from watching the videos over at I'm a Survivor that our longhorns there have become very accustomed to the bovine rub. It's funny. You all remember 2 weeks ago where they were scared of that thing, right? We had doused it down in the fly repellent, and they were terrified to come under there. Look at him now. Let it just sit on his back, just sitting on his back. And in saying so, you look at him. You can't hardly count a fly on him. And even though at first they were kind of skittish, now they could care less. They walk under it, they hang under it. As a matter of fact, they use this to kind of play and massage their backs and shoulders. So it's really cute the way how they over time begin to adjust to things around them. So that's the end of the video. You can see everyone's doing fine. All of the heifers here have had the bovine rub down their back. Tex is the only one that I'm not able to. But him being a bull, you don't want to force him to do stuff he doesn't want to do. And he's one who does not want to walk into the stalls. He doesn't want to go to the barn. And so I'm not going to force him. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And we're very blessed to have such amazing cows that allow us to work with them. And horses. And of course, as I've always said, consistency here is the key. I've learned that back when I was a school teacher. I know how resilient kids and animals are to change. And as long as you can be a consistent pet owner or, farmer in this case, your animals will learn the routine, and so this is a part of the routine that will do them well. I will be interested to see how the horses come out. Horses are not known to be climbers, and they don't even like going under things. A lot of folks can keep a horse inside of a pasture with just a single strand wire. And so I'm not going to force them out. They like to be the last ones to walk around and kind of lick every food bowl clean, and I'll allow that. Now, Ivy probably will be able to fit right under it. I don't think it's gonna even go down her backbone. I think she'll find a spot to go under. He'll never touch her. So she and Charlene will be the two, along with Tex, who doesn't have to actually deal with the fly prevention. But I would like to see Buckets and Voodoo come under. I don't want to stand here for an hour either. So I'm going to go ahead and start slowly walking myself back up towards the barn. But I promise you, they will come under, and then they'll be all the better for it. I am watching Tex walk up towards the front of the barn. He's right there at the bovine rub. He's smelling around on it, debating on whether he should go under or not. What I would love to see him do is rub his horns up against it. Let me turn off my Argo. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna sit here for just a minute, if you don't mind. I really would hope to see him go under there. Nope, he's not going to do it. So what I may have done was, when I began to close the gates, he ended up leaving a little bit prematurely. He wasn't quite finished eating yet. And then what I also could have done was make sure to leave the horses inside their stalls, actually close them in, and allowed all the cows to finish their food bowls completely before being forced out of the barn. And so this was day number 1 on this. I'd been feeding the cows inside the barn for a while, so no one was surprised to be fed inside the barn stalls. What was surprising, though, was when I went around and began to close the gates behind them. That was something I don't normally do. That right there put enough, scare into them where they began to go ahead and leave outside of the barn the only way they could, which was through the bovine rub. So I think tomorrow what I will do is same thing. I'll open all the stalls, I'll feed, allow all the cows to go inside, and I will go by and close both horses and that pony into a stall so they can't come out. Then I'll walk around behind the cows and close the outside gates. That allows them to keep eating inside their stalls. But once they're all the way done, they're not going to be forced to leave, because today the horses pretty much ran them out. The horses begin to move around and scared the cows. But hopefully that will allow everyone to go ahead and finish their own bowls and still be able to make their way out of the barn using the bovine rub, which was our intended purpose. All right, well, listen, I'm being visited by kitty cats now. That means I got to love. And there's no way to love kitty cats and talk to y'all at the same time. If you know how to do that, then you're a better man or woman than I am. But thank y'all for watching. And just so you know, there is a brand new video every single day on the Longhorn Lester's channel. I have a channel on Facebook and on YouTube. And I invite you to stop by and visit sometime. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to join. You don't have to follow. You don't even have to like it. But there are really neat animals that I know that you love and that you became a part of back at the sanctuary. And those animals are really having wonderful lives here at Longhorn Lester's. And it'd be an honor to have you stop in once in a while and say hi to them.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.